Good morning. As you can see, it is rainy. This is how my morning hike is starting. It looks a little precarious in the rain. I'm gonna make this really short and sweet. So no big name peaks today that I'm doing. I just do like the twin mountain peaks and lots of hiking, about 15 miles. It's supposed to be rainy. It's a lot cooler today, so I'll just deal with that. There's a hut up ahead, so I might stop and just see if they have something quick I can eat, kind of for breakfast. Oh my gosh, my sleep last night was horrendous. I set up my tent on a deck. I should have stayed in the shelter, but anyway, the person next to me was like, I think they were doing gymnastics in their tent all night. The whole deck was bouncing and shaking, and they were just by themselves, but every time they'd roll over, it was like kaboom. And anyway, whew. So I gotta figure out a better plan tonight. All right, time to get some hiking going. Well, here's what the views look like today. Very pretty, but very cloudy. I think I might be coming to the top of the first of the Twin Mountain peaks. Those are the views we get today. Whew. Well, I'm expending enough energy to hike in shorts and a short sleeve shirt, but not to hang out on that peak for longer than 3 seconds. Whew. I'm freezing just for stopping for literally probably 3 seconds, so I'm gonna keep on moving. Okay, I don't know if I can traverse this and talk or not, but I'm gonna try. So when you go to these campsites out here in the White Mountains, they're all connected with AMC, which is the Appalachian Mountain something, I don't know. Anyway, I should know that, but I don't. And the AMC also runs the huts. Okay, so like the one I stopped at yesterday and got the banana bread and whatever. So normally the campsites, it's $15 to stay at one. There's a caretaker at them. But for thru hikers, it's $10. But after you pay your first one, they give you a little orange card, and then it's $5 at each campsite after that. So, that's pretty affordable, really. I mean, I can deal with it. The orange card also has a couple of things on it, like when you go to the huts, you can get 2 free baked goods, right? So, like the banana. So today there was another hut, and I stopped in just before I started climbing to that peak. Well, partway up anyway, where the hut was, and they had coffee cake. The guy gave me a free bowl of oatmeal, which I think they do for hikers if they have it, and then a piece of coffee cake, which was paid for with that card, right? Yesterday I had to pay for the banana bread because I hadn't paid yet, a caretaker anyway. So that was free. I've got another baked good I can get somewhere down the road from a hut, tomorrow or something on that card. And I also have a cup of soup or a bowl of soup or something that I can get for free from one of the huts. So, it's pretty cool. So went into the hut this morning and got that stuff, had a little bit of a break, met a few other hikers in there, and talked with one of the people that works there, kind of out front, that was working at the hut. Just asked some questions about the Mount Washington coming up and how I should handle camping and this and that. And he didn't have any great advice for me, but he had a lot of information. It kind of just sounds like, you're between a rock and a hard place trying to get through there. You can't really get close to Mount Washington and camp very well anywhere. They have nowhere for you to camp. And Mount Washington's really hard to get up and down So if you camp at the campsites, you know, means you've got a big, long, hard day that you might not be capable of. So it's a little strange that they don't have a plan, but they don't have a plan. So you just figure it out, and I guess people have been figuring it out forever, so I'll figure it out, right? Very likely what I'm going to end up doing is like not going to the campsite tonight that I planned on going to. I mean, we'll just see how I feel, but it's likely that I will push on and just stealth camp somewhere, which I really don't encourage, but I have found out that it's not, you know, a mortal sin. I mean, no one's going to fine you or anything like that. So, you know, as long as you're not out there with a hatchet chopping down trees to make your own new campsite, I mean, then they kill you. But, you know, you just find a spot and camp in it, they're not going to have a problem with it. So, very likely I'll go beyond the campsite tonight. I will camp on my own, which will just get me a little closer to Mount Washington, as well as ensure I don't have to go through what I went through last night again, man. I need to be able to sleep, you know. And then also what it will do is it will allow me tomorrow to have a little bit longer day and hopefully get closer to Mount Washington and stealth camp somewhere there. Now, the guy made it sound like there really aren't spots on the AT. You have to like go off the AT on these side trails to find them and stuff. But whatever, I'll find a spot. I know I will. My tent's so small. I mean, I could camp almost anywhere. So, you know, I don't need to chop anything down or anything. I'll just find a little postage stamp and stick my tent on it. So, that's my plan. You know what they say about best laid plans. So, we'll see how I'm feeling later and what I do. But I feel good about that plan right now. So, last night, to add to my sleeping woes, I experienced something I've never experienced before, which I could only describe as, well, I can only say it's like probably what people describe when they're talking about sleepless leg syndrome. A couple of the times when I got awakened, I'd lay there for a short bit, and all of a sudden my legs just felt like they needed to be tensed, moved, you know, flexed, whatever, like just continuously. I couldn't, you know, and I stopped even for just a minute. It just kind of was like, they just need to move. So, I mean, I'm certain it's related to, you know, what I've done to them in the past month, and especially the past few days. They probably just think they're supposed to be in a state of perpetual motion. But anyway, it went away and I went to sleep, and it seems all good this morning. I suspect, like most of the weird little things that happen to me out here, tomorrow or the next day it'll just be gone forever. But we'll see. It was a strange sensation and not something I would want to live with, that's for sure. I have a respect for anybody who does have to deal with that. Well, I've been hiking for quite a while. It is noon, and I am almost to the next hut. And I think that I might go in, well, I'm sure now that I'm going to go in and see what they have. I know they sometimes have soup for hikers. They might have some other food I could buy, a little salad or something like that. So I might do that, take a little break. And then I'm only about 5 miles from my campsite tonight, if that's where I stop. And, you know, I still haven't decided what I'm going to do. I think I'm just going to play it by ear. I've been pushing so hard for so many days. I could use a couple of days of chilling out and not pushing it, but haven't decided yet. Brr. Hey, so I'm just leaving the hut. It's up there. And let's see, here's what I got there. I got to use a bathroom. I got to fill up my water bottle out of a sink, you know, so I didn't have to filter it and everything. I got a dry place to sit and eat my lunch out on the porch. What I didn't get was any lunch from them. They, I don't know, I think the huts are different. I think different huts are different, and I'm not sure why or how, or, you know, might just be the person working there that day. But I walked in this one, and, like, there were a couple people in there playing cards. No one looked up, no one said a word. I just kept walking back towards the kitchen. Finally, some girl that was cooking or something back there said, "Do you need something?" And I said, "Do you have lunch for hikers?" And she said, "Oh, sure, we have cream of tomato soup today for whatever amount of $3 or something." And I thought, well, anyway, it was just weird that there's nobody really to help you there. You know, the other huts there've been people that have really been attentive. But, I mean, it wasn't a big deal. But anyway, I said, "Oh, well, I assume that means it has milk in it." She said, "Yeah." I said, "I can't eat it." And she said, "Well, that's all we have." I said, "Okay, well, thanks a lot." I just went in, used the bathroom, got some water, left, and sat out front and ate my food, my you know, regular food that I packed with me. So anyway, it was all good. It was a nice place to stop. Unfortunately, it started raining when I was there. So now it's raining again, but that's all right, actually. And I'm off. So still have no idea what I'm doing later. Got 5 miles to go, and just see how I feel. So this is Ethan Pond, going into the shelter where I'm staying tonight. It is freezing cold, and everyone on the trail is like soaking wet. There was a whole bunch of, the trail was really overgrown, and everyone just got soaked going through it, even though we had our rain gear on. So there's a lot of kind of moderately dangerous situations where people are really freezing, and I'm freezing too. So anyway, we're all going to go in and just stay the night here. It's really early, and we'll just try to dry out and get up tomorrow and do a better job of staying dry. Good night.